Alrighty, greetings, greetings, greetings. This is you, dear Libra. This is Tarot Illumination, and it is your October 2018 mini generic love and relationship report. Okay, so you know the drill. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, especially if they're all different, and then reinterpret everything to suit you. We're going to use the crucible spread. Okay, it's on the understanding that there's you, significant other, and a third entity, the relationship itself. Okay. And in a loving relationship, of course, Libra, you're going to conduct yourself through the relationship. The crucible, ideally, is a very solid structure, bowl type structure that can endure intense pressure as we intimate and separate in relationships. Cards are already well shuffled in advance, but we're going to go to the last second so that you're a witness. Also, cross-watch for your significant others. That can really help to put a lot of light on the situation. Well, if you want to go big, broad spectrum, please also take a look at the monthly journey reports on the other playlist, okay? It's out there, okay? Now, before we get into this, hold on. Let me do the routine. Okay, first off, let's just get this out of the way. Tarot Illumination Love Tribe membership, okay? There's a little button up there, or you can go to the links below. Personal readings, links below. First Friday healing event, Tarot Illumination in person here, links below. Shop, books, satin silk scarf, all of that Tarot Illumination stuff, links below. All right, here we did it. Now, for October, this is the generic mini astro doodle from Tarot Illumination. We used it on the other playlist too, okay? I'm just pulling out a couple of key things and leaving the rest, okay? It just gets too complicated otherwise on these little tiny videos. The big news for Tarot Illumination is the big Scorpio stellium, big cluster of planets up here, okay? And it affects everybody depending where it sits in your chart. So the other thing is, of course, the Libra new moon, October the 8th, and the big full moon, which is going to be the Taurus moon under the Scorpio sun, October the 24th, okay? So it's a very intriguing month, big shifting changes of energy. So did I already just give you the dates? Yeah, I just gave you the dates. The other key date here, of course, is October 26th, when the Scorpio stellium really picks up. The other thing is about October 6th is when Venus goes retrograde in Scorpio. Venus going retrograde. So it could be a chance to reevaluate in a very deep, intense way your personal relationships, your love life. It could be with the retrograde Venus, like a reappearance of a past life relationship, like a soulmate reappearing, something like that, but going much, much deeper. Combine that with Jupiter in Scorpio, Sun and Mercury in Scorpio, and the Venus. It's a lot of Scorpio energy. Deep change, deep transformational healing and change is possible under this. It's very, very good for all of us. Okay? So, you know, I want to personalize this for you, Libra. So I'm going to flip this 180 because that puts you on the horizon now. Look what's happening here. You have the Libra new moon right there in the early of the month, October the 8th, okay? So that means like you've gone a full year cycle from where you were last year. It took a whole year for the sun to do this. And now it's coming back. It's right here. New starts, new beginnings. Please use this opportunity during the middle of October to invigorate your new life. Invoke a new life. Ask for heaven to bring you what you need, what is yours. Ask for heaven to take away that which is not yours and start a whole new year from scratch. Okay? Very quickly, though, you're going to end up with all that Scorpio energy, more like in the second house area here of value and values. And how does that look in the context of a significant relationship? Well, you're going to find out right at the end of the month, the Taurus full moon. Okay, so please allow for that. This will be a 2-week journey from the new moon to the full moon, October 8th to October 24th. Please allow for that. It's deep, deep soul evaluations here. And I think it's going to show up in a significant other, through a significant other. And how is that going to look for you now? Oh, by the way, my other notes, where did I get them? Hold on. Oh, that's all the Pisces stuff. Look at this. I forgot about this. So with the new moon Libra, let's just give me a little bit of time here. I'm going to indulge a little bit, okay, because it's you, Libra. How do you appear to the others now? Libra new moon. How do they appear to you? What is reflected back to you with this new moon energy? What is different and changing and transformationally healing from here onward for you, Libra? It's going to start at the end of this month. And what is it that you truly value in the other and what the other truly values in you? You're going to find out, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention, I almost forgot. Mars is in Aquarius in your 5th house. Woohoo! So that's very invigorating. Let's call it invigorating or stimulating in the house of true love and romance. So is it going to come out as passion? Is it going to come out as conflict? Is it going to come out as wanting liberty, freedom, expression, excitement? What's going on there? I'll show you the little astro doodle. Give me a second here. Then we'll get into the cards. Hold on. There's you, Libra. Okay. And there is little Mars in Aquarius, really stirring things up. All right. In love and romance. Da, 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 da. All right, let's just leave it at that. I'll stuff all this over here. All right, okay. Now you saw the cards were being shuffled. I'm going to go to the very last second. Okay, that was a very long intro. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to squash an awful lot into a very tiny time and space. Thank you for your patience. By the way, please invite your invisible friends, your spirit guides, guardian angels, and your protectors from the great beyond, okay? It really amplifies the goodness here. Okay, let's cut it up. Bless you, Libra. Bless our illumination and the cards, the deck, the instruments, the gadgets, the dials, the knobs, microphone, all of that stuff. Okay, here we go. What is the love energy that you're radiating right now? Think of yourself as a transmitter. You're always transmitting and receiving energy. What are the other? What is the other transmitting over here? What does that look like? Deep, deep inside of your soul, what are you transmitting? Deep inside the other, what are they transmitting? Deep inside the core of the relationship itself, what is the relationship transmitting? Okay, this is the crucible, and you can see that as a structure, as a bowl in which the relationship can live. So it's a structure that allows you to intimate and separate in the most deep, intense levels and at the most liberating levels here. And you can dance and repeat and turn it into a wonderful perpetual love dance, okay? In an unhealthy relationship, the crucible is damaged or poorly built, and it's inevitable that it will fall apart or have problems in the relationship, which you might see as caused by them or them caused by you on the other. So it's so important to relate through the crucible. Okay, what does it look like? Prospects of momentum. Think of this as a pump, as a living organism. Okay, what are you guys doing? What are you creating here by deliberate conscious choice? Let's look at environmental circumstantial energy, call it the weather. You had the Page of Swords. So my feeling is that this is very much to do with the Mars and Aquarius energy. This is almost like the liberator. This is the freedom fighter type energy. This is the energy surrounding you that there is no room for falsehood, fakery, or bogus relationship dynamics. Anything fake and phony, it needs to be called out by you on the other and by the other on you, if it has to be. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the little astro doodle here. I'm equating that with the Mars in Aquarius here, which happens to be in highly conflicted energy with the Uranus in Taurus there up in your 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. Okay, so please allow for perhaps quite a lot of volatility, okay, going through October. Surrounding you, very volatile circumstances and conditions, very unpredictable, with a lot of pressure on both sides to want freedom and liberation from any shackles or anything that suffocates or obstructs or hinders your freedom, their freedom, or the relationship's freedom. Okay, let's have a look. What are you radiating? 3 of Cups. Well, I'm happy for you, Libra. You're celebrating. I think this is truly well deserved. You deserve to celebrate because you've gone through the whole year. You can celebrate. It's almost like a birthday party energy. What are the details of your celebration? Well, that's up to you, but it's being with your people, the ones who love you and the ones who you love, and sharing your lovely, delicious, fun, harmonious Libra self. Okay? It's almost like that's what I want to do. That's who I am. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be who I am, and nothing is going to stop me. Don't let anything get in the way. And the energies around you are saying, please don't let get anything in the way. If there's anything unhealthy in certain relationship dynamics, needs to be exposed and dealt with. Okay, a lot of reevaluation going on at the deepest, most intimate parts of the relationship. I just showed you that over here. I'll do it again. This axis of relationship here, which is going to be extremely lit up at the end of the month, the Taurus Scorpio axis. Okay, that's what happens. That's the energy when you are in a relationship, but what's happening under the covers, deep, deep under the covers in the hidden parts of the relationship. What's actually going on? Okay, so what are they radiating over here? The Empress. So it looks like they are, it's not like, it's almost like they're flaunting their gorgeousness, their awesomeness as much as they can. And if they're not, there is an extreme desire for them to be liberated from whatever shackles might exist, whatever impediments might exist, whatever outdated, outmoded value systems might exist deep at the core of the relationship, so that they can be this, so that your mate, Libra, the other half, can be this delicious, fertile, creative, abundant, beautiful energy in themselves, which is good for you. So in other words, how does that look, later on down the road? Well, you'll find out more towards the end of the month. But right now, it looks like you, Libra, are very much celebrating the presence of this beautiful person in your life, however that works. Even if it means a complete upheaval of the relationship as it stands right now, compared to where it's going to end up at the end of the month. So be it. There's a tremendous loud call here for, I would say, reevaluation, restructuring, deep, deep soul healing in the context of this love relationship here. It looks abundant because the Empress is so abundant, so luscious, so like radiant in the beauty here. Forget the genders. Guys can be very luscious and radiant and fertile in themselves. Okay. And same thing for here. This could be a guy here too. All right. Now let's see. What are you radiating at the soul level here? Okay. Well, it's like just below the surface, there are things obviously going on that are inappropriate. Okay. Let's just be honest here. And it's going to be called out somehow or other. Whatever is going on that is just slightly, let's say, how you can, what is that word, like lies by omission, when people are like putting a fake smile on things, when people are living in relationships and they're going through the motions, they're doing everything that looks like a relationship, everything you can imagine, even the smiley, touchy stuff, all of it, but it becomes an act to cover up something that is actually going on that's inappropriate or a little bit deceptive. So I don't want to point fingers anywhere here. Like, I don't want to say it's coming from you to the other or from the other to you, but this is radiating out from inside of you. So like on the surface of the relationship dynamics, everything might look really luscious and gorgeous, but you just go just one layer under the surface, and you could almost be quaking in your boots, thinking that what's going to happen for me as this Libra who's going to have to go through these, let's say, be called out in the truth of what's happening in the relationship, and simultaneously have to go through this deep soul evaluation in the context of a soulmate relationship, possibly over here. Ooh, that could be very uncomfortable for the Libra. You might be trying to, because Libras cannot stand being uncomfortable. It's just awful for them. They love to be happy, comfortable, harmoniously engaged with their sweetheart. I'm not saying engaged like in an engagement, but connected and communing in a very natural Libra way, where the relationship is always in a hopefully a healthy state. But there's obviously something out of whack here, just below or deep down in the surface, that is unhealthy. Okay, and it's probably going to become exposed, so we might as well just admit it now. Okay, let's have a look. In other words, also Libra, it might be that you're trying to get away with things that really are inappropriate, and maybe you're noticing that they're getting away with things that are inappropriate from your perspective. However, I don't see any falsehood over here. I see them in their magnificence, just being their awesome, gorgeous self. So let's have a look below the surface here. What's going on with the other one? Okay. Oh, so we are looking very much like there are signs of soulmate reunion here, where let's say you've got past lives of relationships together, and you're in this relationship in this lifetime now, and it is fully luscious and wholesome in so many ways. But just below the surface, we are discovering that you yourself, Libra, are out of alignment with the purity of the relationship, with the beauty and the love of the relationship, especially at the soul level. And that's a problem. It needs to be fixed. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to go deep in these things. They don't want to find out what's wrong at the core, at the foundations. They don't want to go through deep soul healing, deep soul cleanses, reevaluations, because it's miserable. It can be uncomfortable. It's more fun to just like party on, people, and you might be with a sweetheart some way or other over here who is perfectly okay to party on, because they might not be aware of the, let's say, slipperiness that's going on below the surface here. So I'm not saying it's anything malicious. I'm just saying that it's almost like, Libra, you might not be fully consciously aware of your own nature, and it's going to take the next year cycle of relationship for this to become exposed and figure out what this is, so another card can place this down the road. Because I'm not too happy to see this here. Okay, let's have a look. So also, by the way, with the Six of Cups here, the Six of Cups for your mate, almost your soulmate, it looks like they're very much in their harmony, their harmonious place with themselves, which is good for you. It's almost like they are being a very, very good soulmate to you and for you, because you might need this in order to figure out deep down what has to be changed and transformed and healed in order for liberty to be fully possible for both parties. And so it's almost like they're doing you a real favor by hanging in this close, this tight, this intimately, for you to be able to figure this stuff out. Because not a lot of people in love and relationships would want to be close to this energy, because once it becomes known whatever it is, it's like a big turn off. This kind of energies can be a real turn off in love and relationships. Let's have a look at the core itself. It might just be fabulous. Yay, look, you've got happy families here. So it might be that you're more or less just kind of trying to skate through this. Like there's a lot of cups here, love energy here for you, Libra, and you kind of deserve it, like you are the planet, the sign of love and relationship, and you are getting the sun and the moon there, the new moon, October the 8th, okay? And you're going to go deep. You're going to go deep, and it's going to be fully exposed towards the end of the month, a few weeks later. It's just that in going deep, it might be kind of precarious for you, uncomfortable. You might try to squirm out of it. And instead, it looks like the relationship, even though you might be scared of this or trying to like squeeze through it without having to go through any kind of discomfort, the relationship can handle it, okay? I think there's no doubt about it. There's no need for you to feel threatened by what's happening here, or like there's some reason for even having to be this way or behave this way. And so let's just see where the prospects are. Where does this take us? Okay. This is actually really beautiful energy. It might be that what's happening in your Libra world right now is that the whole family dynamic for you, the relationship, the foundations of the home where all this stuff is happening is, let's say, being shaken up for you. I'm going to go over here. This is almost like nothing what we've talked about before, but Saturn is over here in Capricorn. Pluto is still over here in Capricorn at the foundations of your life, your world, the fourth house, okay? And that could be in some ways very, very uncomfortable, like with the Saturn in Capricorn, the reality check, and Pluto in Capricorn, deep, profound changes at home. They would be happening very slowly, very, very, very slowly, causing some kind of discomfort for you that you can't even describe, which would make you perhaps want to squirm and try and get out of it this way. In other words, almost some kind of escapist behavior in order not to have to deal with anything awkward or uncomfortable. But it looks like you're in a safe home environment despite what we just talked about, making it safe for you to deal with these reality checks here where the truth is going to be called out, where deeper and deeper truths are going to be exposed, okay, through the month for you in the context of love or relationship in a home environment that is perhaps in some ways a bit stressed, okay? Let's say the actual place where you guys have this relationship is somewhat stressed, but at least the core ingredients are there on hand as necessary. It's like having a well-stocked kitchen, the tools and everything, while the outer circumstances are very, very challenging. In other words, you can get through this. Like if you think of the kitchen as the heart of the home, you'll be fine. What about prospects and momentum here? Okay, well, with the Chariot over here, momentum and prospects, and remember this is for you, Libra. It's not a couple's reading. We're allowing for a significant other to reflect back to you so you get more perspective about you and how to live your life and to see what's going on in love and relationship through the mirroring, through reflection. So the way it feels like it's going here is with the Chariot is that as uncomfortable and awkward as things might be as you go through later into the month. Let's say you've just gone past the October new moon here, and things start to kick in gear, and you're at the very, very early stages of a whole new year's journey of the Libra life cycle, okay? And almost immediately that you start, things get a little squirmy and slippery for you, like, oh, wow, it's like being on spiritual, emotional, romantic black ice. And it could be because you carry that energy, or because it might be because you don't have the skills to navigate at that deep level of soul interaction. So it might be that this beautiful love mate, soulmate type energy here in a safe place, it will allow you to have a chance to get your life together in such a way that you can have a fresh start with the Libra new moon to take you on a new journey for the next year. I feel you've got a significant other over here who is doing you a huge favor to be there with you and for you, because I think they love you very, very deeply. And I think they are aware that you love them deeply too, but there's stuff deep down on the surface which is not appropriate, not healthy, not acceptable in the relationship from your perspective. And it needs to be figured out, and it will be figured out, and that will be good for you. Okay, it will allow you to like really seriously up your game in love and relationship, in fact, your whole life. Okay, where you can harness the all the good energy that you have here. There's so much good energy here, and then accept the the liberation and the truth calling, the vigilante energy that is here, that is going to essentially force you to deal with the shadow side of the self, which if you don't own that, it will own you. Okay? I don't want to, I guess I should repeat that because it's incredibly important for the relationship. The shadow parts of the relationship, your energy here that have not been evolved, reevaluated, cleansed, purified, had the light of truth shone upon it, that energy can contaminate the whole relationship where all of this good stuff becomes, you know, invalidated. So it's very, very important to come to terms with this. Think of this. This might be uncomfortable, Libra, but please think of this as a chance for you to like seriously reevaluate what it is you want, who you are, what it is you value, what it is they value about you in the relationship. Figure that out. Then go from there, and that will take you on a much healthier path going forward, because you have to understand what is not working. And to me, with no offense, Libra, it seems like you're getting tremendous loving support here in terms of the reflection in the mirror that you need to figure out what this is. And then the healing can begin. The reevaluations can begin. Jupiter in Scorpio is very, very much about deep soul healing. And that's going to be very, very good for you. Okay. So all the best of this. Okay. Don't let this own you, okay? You need to own this. You need to figure this out, what it is, admit it, fess up, whatever this is, and deal with it. You guys have to deal with it. You might have to deal with it in the context of a relationship, which might be uncomfortable. But either way, you got to deal with it, okay? No squirming away out of it. No, 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 not allowed, okay? Thank you so much, Libra. All the best. Take care. Have a super time. Congratulations and happy birthday. Bye-bye.